Hello everybody and welcome to Broadcast UGC episode 13. I'm Galactrix, hopefully you can hear me, and I'm here with my co-host Bazag, and also I've got a guest on this week. It's Havraha from Podcast UGC because we're doing his mission, Time the Enemy.
Hello everybody, how are you?
Welcome, glad you can join us, Hav.
I am glad I could join you too. Most of the time I can't get here for the show, but you know, and I'll almost get here for this show, but I got the pizza and I'm back in over here in my seat, ready to go, ready to kill some Elry.
Some Elry.
Yes, I suppose we should also welcome back Galactrix, as he's been away for the past couple of weeks.
Oh, thank you. I've actually been here every week watching the show, if you've noticed, yeah. Cause,
yeah, I noticed, and it was a bit odd for saying you won't be able to actually have the computer to be here, but you're
still able to watch along. Yeah. I actually did.
Galactrix can't join us this week, although he's joining us this week.
Right here. Yeah. I actually couldn't use Skype. That's the thing. I could sit at my computer and watch along with you, but I couldn't use Skype because I had guests over and they were sleeping in the room with my computer in it. So I couldn't exactly say, hello, this is a podcast, and you know, you have to wake up. Okay. So,
I would move my computer.
Yeah. I've actually got quite a big heavy computer. It's not a laptop. So I am on my way to the mission. That's starting in the Pycanis sector.
Yep, hey Poison, thanks. I guess My Little Pony. As in pony.
My Little Pony. And they're asking me to turn the game down a bit, so I'm going to try that. Hopefully that'll work for you. How's that?
Terrible.
I can't actually tell because to try and stop this echoey thing that we've had for quite a while where everyone on Skype is echoing, it's because my microphone is picking up what my earphones are picking up. So I had to turn you all down, so you're really quiet to me, so I can't really tell any sound levels.
Oh, turn your microphone down versus your earphones.
So Captain says the voices sound good.
Cool. I actually had to do an emergency thingy before we went live. While the what's it called? To fix the Dalek sound that we had earlier, I had to switch sound cards and stop all the virtual audio that I was using, and I realized that my microphone wouldn't be on. So I actually had to fudge something together quickly while the intro music was playing actually. So hopefully you can hear me.
You fudger.
Yes. So, Corvat system.
Mother fudger. Let's go.
Corvat system.
Oh, we need to get the mission, don't we? I'm kind of not used to this. You'd think I'd know how Foundry works, wouldn't you?
Yes, considering you're on a show and about it, and how many missions have you created?
Four? Four.
Got, I can see
Four.
Poison in the My Little Pony. Does she want to join us?
Does she?
I mean, she doesn't have to be on Skype or anything. She can like come in on the team and like be there.
Well, he's right. Yes.
Okay. I can see Baz. So, and is that, yeah, that must be Hav. He's in the, I guess, Opera.
I wonder why I'm in the IKS opera.
Yes. It has nothing to do with your desire to promote Opera. This is the browser at every point.
No.
Poison will be joining us, so I better invite her as well.
Cool. Now, this will probably make all the teams, the enemies, scale up, and Hav hasn't actually spec'd out his character yet, so how quick will he die?
Yeah, we're taking bets. We're doing a Time the Enemy by Havraha. Just for poison's sake.
How many times can the author of his own mission be killed by his own mission?
Let's find out.
Okay, so are we all ready to go in?
I am ready.
Baz, have you read out the mission
No.
thingy except
I'm
dialogue?
just about to do that. I'm just accepting the mission now, so I'll read it out. It is that time again. Time to expand the glory and honor of the Klingon Empire. We have received a radio transmission from a developing pre-warp civilization. They are eager to meet those around them, and naive. It is a perfect opportunity for us to once again spread the way of the Klingons to a new people. But to do so successfully, we must act quickly. Are you prepared for a race? Apparently we Oh no, we haven't. Okay, excellent. Are there any questions you would like to ask about the following mission you are about to embark on?
Now there are a lot of these. The first one will open up a dialogue tree that's just massive that explains the concept I had behind this mission. I kind of wanted people to understand the Klingon mindset of space and how differently it was from the Starfleet mindset of space of a non-interventionist versus Klingons are like, let's take over everything and make everyone like Klingons. Of course, we're awesome. So we're the best thing. So let's make everyone like us. And it's kind of long, so I'm just giving you that. If you want to skip it, this is the time to skip.
Yes, well, let's skip. Do you want to hear the message sent? We can do that, because that's...
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greetings, extraterrestrials. We are the Elri. We send this message out to any and all extraterrestrial species. We live in peace and seek you out for further enlightenment of our place in the universe. Please, if there's anyone out there, visit our world so that we may begin a prosperous relationship with you.
So the point of that actually was to show you what they are supposed to look like and be like and act like. So when the mission comes, there's actually a contrast, I suppose would be the word.
Okay, so we're ready to depart, which is just gives us a final dialogue box, an excellent journey to our location, and there will be and there start the mission. Anyway, yes, I stumbled over my own words. It's what I do.
Seems straightforward. We're ready to go in. Enter the Elrin system, which is actually one you made up, isn't it? Have, because
Yes.
yes.
Because obviously we're at Corvat.
arriving on the map. If anyone's wondering, I'm using the new Kuvok refit ship that came out free on the Seas Tour. I think it's still free if people want to claim it. So commander level ship they're giving out free.
Yes, I've got a few Klingons, lower level Klingons that I might be able to use it for.
Hey.
Well, interesting, strange effect you've got here.
Yeah.
Even though I've missioned twice before, and I was expecting it.
Cloaking. Okay, we've arrived in the system. It appears that we're too late. There's a very large amount of debris in the system. Something about it doesn't make sense, Captain. There's too much debris here for simple satellites, and there's nothing to indicate that this species was capable of many manned spaceflight vessels. The formation indicates that the debris was settled into a ring orbit. It wouldn't have settled like this in only a matter of months. Additionally, I'm detecting that this system is saturated in radiation, conducting scans to determine what type now.
Keep me informed.
Perhaps we can uncover what has happened faster if we scan the debris and decipher exactly what this material was. So, as Alt Exist says, you can't have a mission without scanning things.
Yeah, I think even Klingon missions aren't immune.
I try not to make people fly too far to scan things. I hate scanning things, personally.
You know, I can just scan all 3 objects from a single location.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Yeah, I think you told me that once when we played this through. You said someone complimented you on that, not having to fly around, just to scan the 3 things. Captain, I'm reading the remnants of Scudian vessels, Orion raiders. These aren't satellites or Elri space vessels. This is a graveyard of the Elri's would-be conquerors, and they're attacking us now.
So what's destroyed them? Let's continue this discussion later on. What the? I'm already almost dead.
Yeah, attention intruding aliens.
Obviously, someone likes to jam through the dialogue boxes.
You're trespassing in Elri space, blah 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 blah. And now they're attacking us, and they're wondering how they can do that when they're supposed to be a pre-war civilization.
A pre-spaceflight civilization.
Now I've got my shield damage debuff.
Okay, blew one of them up.
These are kind of rough, I have to say.
Well, you don't have any
Whose
skill
idea
points
was
or
this?
anything. See what attack pattern alpha does.
Well, this is fun.
Yeah. What difficulty level are these going to be at?
Oh, these are looks like just frigates.
These are frigates, indeed, yes. I've always found the frigate to be the hardest mob, honestly, myself. It's not so much the battleships that they're powerful, they're hard, but as much as getting attacked by multiple angles at once that really throw, I think, every player off.
Just launched my new bio-neural warhead weapon thingy that comes with the ship. It's pretty cool.
Was that a product placement? I think that was. Are you getting paid here? Let's see how it is.
No, I just want people to claim
Well,
the
it's
ship
free.
while it's free. Cause,
It's not like they're getting, you know.
it's only free until the 18th or something like that, I think. So people should claim it now. And I just blew up.
Yeah. I'm still alive. Then again, I am a science ship, so.
Yeah, I blew up once, but then I got, you know, raped from multiple directions.
I probably should be healing you guys, shouldn't I?
Oh, I've got the dialogue up. Cool.
I'm an engineer, but I just hadn't Wasn't prepared for it. Machines, these honorless dogs were too cowardly to fight us to our face. Yeah. Do you read me, sir?
So you want me to read these?
You can read this next one, Have. Get your voice in there a bit more.
Okay. Something is wrong here, Captain. These are not the defenseless, naive creatures that broadcast as a message to the stars only 6 months ago. Their drones might have been no match for a vessel of the Klingon Defense Force, but they were certainly not weak machines either. They're on par with our modern technology, and perhaps even capable of destroying the raiders that might have received this message first. I always answer, so they have been deceptive!
Yeah, because I usually do the other way, so...
Possible. Or something else has happened. Something has changed, and we must be cautious. The fool who rushes blindly into battle is the first to be slain. Alright, I don't want to read the girl. I want to read the awesome Klingons.
You have defeated drones. That's, yes, needs attention, Have.
You have defeated drones. Congratulations. That means you are stronger than 90% of the pathetic fools who have journeyed here to conquer us these recent years. No matter. My niece in a training simulation could defeat 3 drones.
Yes, well, we didn't face 3 drones, we faced 9 or something.
Well,
Yeah, that was quite a lot.
you faced 3 drones per person, I think, right? I think. Whatever. Cease your attack. We have come to assist you. We have asked for no assistance. We told you to leave, and because you haven't, you will face the consequences.
Oh yeah? Face the consequences of my ship.
Freaking warships.
Oh no.
1 warship does not scare me. 3 warships kind of scare me. Whose idea was this? This was a horrible idea.
How's Poison going for shields?
None?
None.
Is that possible? Yeah. That's a hull heal. I'm trying to figure out what shields are. Or if I have. Do I even have that as a buff?
Yeah, well, I just put my shield repairs on her and she's not getting anything.
She says she has no shields on the ship.
Oh.
Why? That's bizarre.
Okay, we're getting a Starfleet saucer. That's quite large for a non-Starfleet.
That's a bug. That's not supposed to be there.
Really?
The Elri have backwards engineered Starfleet technology.
Yes, the Conquerors are Starfleet, yes. Well, as far as Klingons know, that might actually be accurate.
Huh, there you go. Crap.
Next thing I'm fighting is about to go, I think.
So I don't typically play as science vessels. So if you think I suck as a science vessel, you're probably right. But I am resilient. And that's not being expected. So I am happy.
I'm a Klingon and I use almost exclusively phasers. I think I must be a traitor to my kind.
You are. I would say you are.
I'm using
Klingon
the
name only.
I'm using the blue toss phases.
Your ship has no honor.
Okay, that seems more manageable now. One
Yeah,
warship.
now we're only down to a few.
There we go.
Poison died again.
Ow, I did take a pretty hefty hit on my shields there.
Poison says she usually fires a cruiser, which is why all her stuff is on that instead of this one.
No.
And yes. I want to read this one. This is ridiculous. Drones and warships? Clearly we have been misled, as have every other vessel that has ventured into this system. The Elri are ownerless backstabbers, luring us here and raiding our vessels. They are not the innocent naive victims, they are predators luring us here. We came here to demand fealty from them to protect them, and instead we should be protecting the other ships from this trap. They are the raiders.
This is supposed to be some other. This is supposed to be another bridge officer, but he looks the exact same. And this is the bug, where the same bridge officer says every line in the pop-up, and I've given it the 0 6 months ago, and they go, "Oh, that bug? I remember that bug." And they don't ever do anything. I go, "Hello, hello, is anyone home?" And I think the last thing I heard was Zero saying, "Well, it's a really hard bug to find." And I'm like, "Oh, I understand, but it's been there for 6 months. Find it already." But anyways, perhaps not. Captain, this radiation consists of primarily chronoton particles. Raw, unchecked chronoton radiation would speed the passage of time, just as the flow of water might increase in parts of a river. What are you saying? I'm saying what might have been 6 months for us to receive that message may have been much longer for the Elri. But why? Unknown. Clearly, chronoton radiation is not a natural phenomena. Something must be radiating this. But what? I'm reading a higher concentration of chronotons on the planet, Captain. Perhaps we will find more answers there. Continue. You believe this hostile species will simply let us beam down to their planet without attempting to stop us? And then you say, "Let them try. Cloak the ship once we beam down." Of course, I'm in the corn ship, so that's kind of weird for me, but, you know. I wanted an easy way to explain why you weren't still getting attacked. I'll let someone else read this one.
We have pinpointed the location where the chronoton radiation is at its strongest. However, at its heart, the temporal differential is too great to attempt a safe transport. It's several kilometers below ground, beneath what appears to be a secluded military facility. Our best tactical approach, I believe, is to beam down to the surface and then attempt to enter whatever the building contains a lift to this underground facility. Understood. Let's beam down. I'm going to choose my guy so I can bring along someone. Science. Who do we want to bring?
I always bring someone that healed me.
No, not Talasha. No, not him either. Tugasi, that's it. He's my healer. Nice for Alt to drop in for a bit to the chat channel then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make fun of me and then leave. Like no.
Yeah. I don't even know what rank my character is right now. I think it's Commander 9 or 10.
I'll have a look at, I can't look at the stream anymore because, the map has changed. Anyway, so, how did you choose that radiation? Did you just go through all the list of stuff there and
I went through all the lists there, and I saw a effect that will happen to be called radiation. And I went, oh. And I laid it down. There you go. I'm easy.
Done.
Why be creative when you don't have to be?
Oh, that's pretty cool. If you're looking at the live stream right now, whenever Havraha talks, his lips move on the character. I think you've got Vivox on or something.
Yeah.
I do have Evox on, because I am awesome that way. I think my voice fits the scorn.
We've been past most of the facility's defenses, Captain. Tricorder scans indicate that most of the base is not defended from the exterior. Perhaps military forces are on standby, waiting for alarm to be tripped. Ellery, up ahead, sir.
Continue.
Kill. Kill, 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 kill.
I like to kill things.
Oh, hello, I've got a Mr. Tribble.
Oh, I haven't got my fancy triple yet. I got my purple triple.
That only gives you dilithium and a buff to shields and energy, I think, doesn't it?
A very small amount of dilithium, like 5 an hour. Like, even worse than most DOF missions.
It was kind of laughable, yeah.
Yeah, did you try and give these individual names and just gave up, or did you just went stuff it and give them all Ellery?
These are kind of they're NPCs for one. I wanted to name them, Ellery Engineer, Ellery Security Officer. I found out once I did it that the placement of those kinds of departments is completely random. So I would name one Ellery Engineer, and it's a medic, and it just confused people. So I just decided Ellery and made it simple. In my next mission that I'm building, it's a sequel to this one. They're actually called Ellery Soldier, and they're not quite so awkward. But I guess I was never an overachiever going back in and relabeling all these things in the first way. I actually built this mission in about 3 days, so I was rushing pretty much.
No, but since then, have you had time to go back and do revisions and improve things?
Oh, I did a minor revision. I did add a level, which is the next level, the next map we're gonna go to. But it was there almost as filler, because I got a review that said it's too short, and I thought it was too. So filler map coming up next.
Well, after this filler map, I guess it would be a good time to do the bite size.
If I can get that playing. All these technical problems we've had this week. It's episode 13, that's why.
There is an electric lock on the door, sir, but nothing a disruptor won't fix. We're ready to enter.
Let us proceed.
And we've reached episode 10 of Bitesize UGC. I'm RogueEnterprise, and as usual with me is CaptPFDennis. Our review this week is of Flotter and the Tree Monster, a Voyager homage episode by Maziken. Let's jump right in with the story.
Your crew is directed to Ryza for a little R&R, but upon arrival you decide that your time would be better spent socializing in a holo program instead. The program features Flotter, a favorite of Naomi Wildman during Voyager, a strong homage to the series. Sure enough, you go through the steps of trying to track down the tree monster in the holo program, and wrap things up just in time to find your ship under attack by a Klingon vessel in orbit of Ryza, who has also taken the opportunity to beam strike teams down to the beach, and of course, you're sent in to save the day.
I think you're scared of the tree monster.
The story has a bit of a staccato feel thanks to some pretty short map times, some of which are relegated to just one room. The approximation of Flotter was entertaining to come across, and gives direct homage to Voyager, but it felt a little unusual that your crew would be having fun down on the planet's surface, while your bridge crew spends time with the kids' holo program instead.
Details. That is a terrible plan.
It's him!
The dialogue was pretty brief for our tastes, usually about one sentence per window. Overall, it feels like a Flotter idea with a bit of a Klingon invasion tacked on for a bit of extra pew-pew. We gave story 2 stars out of 5.
Moving on to map design. The author decided to go with a generic ship bridge for this mission, which is always a little bit iffy, at least for my partner here. And all the maps used are pretty much unaltered versions of the standard map types. Unfortunately, a few of the maps are one-objective wonders, which ended up throwing a few extra loading screens at us than we like. We gave map design 2 stars out of 5.
Let's move on to tech. Most of the techniques used in this mission are pretty standard. Breach markers to trigger objectives and dialogue. Nothing in particular wowed us here, but it was all very stable and straightforward, and that's always a plus. We gave tech 2.5 out of 5 stars.
On to our last category, difficulty. We definitely breezed through this mission. There's a space battle versus one cruiser and a few groups of Klingon mobs to engage on the Rysian surface, which hardly gave us any trouble at all. We wish we were challenged a little bit more with this one, either through objectives, dialogue choices, or combat. We gave difficulty 2 stars out of 5.
And here's the bite-sized breakdown for this mission. We ended up loving the Flotter reference for nostalgia's sake, but wish that the author had implemented something a bit more substantial to keep us occupied. It's still worth a look, so go support the Foundry by playing it yourself.
Until next time, this has been Bitesize UGC.
You and your missions.
Okay, so that was Bitesize UGC, and we are back on live stream.
Yeah, would I like the Christmas colouring for that, for the bite-sized breakdown?
Okay, is everyone back? Yep. Got everyone
Yep.
there.
I am
Got
here.
there. Poison. There's some random NPC there. Oh yeah, that's your buff.
I am most certainly here.
Ah.
Yes.
So, yeah, some issues there. I was looking for a turbo lift, and there's a Starfleet one.
Yes. Yeah. Well. So did you? I know. We'll leave it to later. I reckon we'll just continue on, and then I'll bring it back to when we're done, to when we're at the appropriate point. This underground base has built-in buttresses against the walls, undoubtedly for additional structural integrity against the pressure of the surrounding sediment. We should proceed with caution. Ooh, some
Caution
ellery.
proceedings.
Yeah, I can see them
Right there.
Right. Oh, someone shot me.
And my proton gun.
These seem a lot more manageable than the space NPCs.
So I can't remember what this map's called. I've just used it myself. But it was on where you have to kill the Ferengi and his Maziken wasn't bodyguards. Capture.
Oh, yes. But you weren't supposed to recognize that.
Just because I looked at the map, I knew.
You actually don't have to fight some of these characters,
Yeah,
some
well,
of these NPCs.
Oh,
I can fight them if you want to.
well, then everyone's going over here.
Yeah.
I actually thought y'all ran ahead of me already. That's why I started running that direction.
Look at the map, Hav. The map is your friend.
Well, I did that after I started running.
So you just basically had to block this section off, and you did it the best way you could.
I got the biggest wall I could find and went boom.
And you cut a console in half.
Oh well. I didn't. I mean, you could go around that, and I just didn't want people to. I wanted them to go through this way.
Because of this next bit. Galactrix, do you wanna...
Yep, he says, Captain, these are weapon caches. The Elri have been collecting them from defeated vessels. Who knows what kind of technology they could be studying of ours? We must dispose of it. I have an explosive kit with me. We should set charges.
Explosives.
Okay, we should get to a safe
Someone-
distance, apparently, so...
Oh. Have to go the way Hav says. And that's where we would have came in if it wasn't if we were allowed to.
And we've reached the
I
radius of
reversed
the
things.
explosives. Let's destroy what's been stolen from us. Detonate. Okay, there you go, explosion.
Yay!
Yay! Now, did you put that in because you hadn't figured out the timer thing yet before from that you put into Prima Donna?
Yeah, that, yeah, and also I think triggers at the time were new. So it was like, yay, let's use some triggers. Boom. Blow some stuff up. Let's impress some people.
If that didn't blow our cover, nothing would have. I suggest we continue moving deeper into this base. The source of the radiation must be here somewhere.
I'm still confused as to how our ship is shooting down on this thing so cleanly without even knocking through the ceiling.
It's the magic of technology, Have. Oh, another Federation wall. I wonder if this is important.
Okay, this turret should take us deeper within the structure. Let's go.
I'm still out. I refuse to go into that. It's
we went
Federation
into the
space.
turret lift. I think that map seemed to work pretty well. There wasn't any bugs on it. But yeah, I used that map before, and so did Alt Exist, where it has a strange pathing bug where the boss would disappear when you went up that ramp. But seemed to be working now. I don't know if they fixed that.
Oh, I think we forgot to do something. The Galactrix, Starbase UGC has its own Facebook page. So, www.facebook.com/StarbaseUGC, and you can keep up with us on Facebook via that way. The Starbase UGC.
Yep, we managed to claim the
House-
Facebook
yep.
username for that. Thanks for reminding us, RogueEnterprise. I meant to say that before, but we had all those strange technical problems before. Okay, so Captain, this is not an Elri installation. This place is Starfleet in origin. What was Starfleet doing here? Why build an installation underground? Clearly, the Elri have discovered this place and built on top of it. But do they know anything about it? I'm detecting geological instabilities as well. By this time, the alarm would have been tripped, sir. I expect military troops around every turn.
Of course. That's how we Klingons like it.
Now these effects are getting more and more thicker in this area. I didn't know there was...
Yeah, this actually is...
I didn't know there were different levels of these.
Well, this actually... well, they're not different levels. This is the normal... This is the radiation effect along with a gaseous cloud
At the same
effect.
time, oh, okay.
So the same time makes it look like it's a bit worse than it was before. Which it should be, because you're narrowing in on the source. This is the ambush room. I programmed these guys to ambush you.
But I didn't do a very good job of it.
No, because we're awesome. I walk in here nonchalantly.
This place has been here a long time.
This place has been here a long time, Captain. Tectonic shift has taken its toll on the base. Most of it's caved in and under rock. This is a hazardous zone to make a base. We should move quickly.
Yes.
Blah blah.
The Chronoton in the chat room thinks it's probably just an installation to study the pre-war bellery.
That would kind of make sense.
Now, where did my buff go?
Your boff has no honor.
It just got stuck in my cover shield.
Oh, I have a drop.
Oh, Klingon graphics sauce. Food. Food.
Captain, this anomaly is definitely the source of the radiation. Apparently the containment apparatus constructed around it has breached and is leaking Chronoton radiation. We must uncover this device's purpose.
Yes, so Naughty Federation building a base in a geologically unstable zone. What effect did you do for the anomaly they have?
I do not know. That's a good question. I don't remember. I went digging through all the effects and went, that one looks good, that one looks good. And a combination of several of them created our anomaly. So
The containment, personal log, stardate 20287.3, Lieutenant Stewart reporting. The containment appears to be holding steadily, but I'm entirely uncomfortable with this experiment. The amount of radiation the anomaly is putting off is enormous. Chronoton radiation is notoriously hard to contain due to the temporal stresses exerted on everything around it, including field shielding. One side effect we didn't anticipate was the quantum foam. As we're all taught in Quantum Mechanics 101, the quantum foam borrows virtual particles from the future to fill vacuum space, provided that the particle annihilates with another immediately upon traveling into the past. The additional element of temporal stresses is completely disturbing the harmonics of this process. Virtual particles are being annihilated in one timeline before they're even borrowed for our own, causing noticeable distortion in the fabric of space-time, and in short, causing radiation to leak in effect past the shielding.
For the time being, this is very localized, only affecting the immediate area around the chamber, which is why the commander has concluded that the test is stable. But if you ask me, we need to turn this thing off before we can't. Okay, so how do you turn this thing off?
Sounds like at least one Federation person has had a smart idea.
Look, here's an archive. Personal log, stardate 20288.6, Lieutenant Delic reporting. This is intolerable. Subspace torque, temporal waves, this is not what I came here to do. This was a weapon against an Undyne. A bomb we could drop from our reality into fluidic space. It was supposed to affect the space part of space-time, not the time part. It doesn't work. It's too unwieldy. So why are we all still here? I can tell you why. Because I know why. Politicians. They get a report about a new weapon and they can't help but jump at the chance for further research. And what greater weapon is there than a time-traveling bomb no one knows about? And I should know politicians. My father was one. There's a reason I went into science after all. We're going to be so obsessed with building this perfect weapon against the Klingons that we're going to forget the whole point of this was to combat the Undyne. I also fear for the people on the surface. We chose this world because the rock was easy to disrupt and replace with a base without too much ecological damage. It made Starfleet happy. Never mind the fact that we're building a bomb underneath them. Sure, it would have no effect on our universe if it worked properly, but that's a big if. What are they thinking?
And there's one more up here. I'd like standing on consoles. It makes me feel important. Personal log, stardate 20289.2. Commander Lelote reporting. I prayed again today, but heard no answer. It is as if the spirits have forsaken me on this mission. If so, I don't blame them. When I heard that we would be conducting these experiments behind enemy lines, I was shocked, but the reasoning was sound. The spies were looking in the direction of Federation space, not their own. But again, we could have simply cooperated with the Klingons on this weapon. But Starfleet thought it was out of the question. If we simply communicated more, I sometimes wonder if we would even be fighting this war in the first place. The Undyne infiltrating Starfleet should be our concern, not building some kind of anti-Undyne bomb. Besides, it is a failure. Space-time does not rift at all. It only distorts time's arrow. Of course, even that attracts Starfleet's eye, and as a scientist, I can't help but be attracted to the prospects of what it's doing too. But I also can't ignore the feeling in my stomach. I watched an Ancient Earth film the other day with Lieutenant Stewart called Frankenstein. It unnerved me. That is what we are doing after all. Scientists, just trying to do something good for our kind, building monsters instead. Supplemental. I woke in the middle of the night to rumbling, shaking, crashing. The others say that geological shifts have occurred, and most of the base has covered in. We can't reach operations or the reactor core. Stewart intends to try cut through the rock with a phaser, but chances of it destabilizing is very high. Without access to ops, we can't access the transporter or communications. If this doesn't work, this will be my last log. Pray someone finds this place and stops the reactor in time. Well, it looks like it's up to us Klingons to mop up after the Federation's own mess.
Notice that was...
Incompetent fools! How dare they trespass into our space to conduct dangerous experiments? Now we are left to clean up. Oh, you already read this.
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
You're just reading my mind. Wow, you're good. Now we are left to clean up the mess of Starfleet's incompetency. Their inability to handle the Undine threat even endangers our own empire. But this must be a different bridge officer. I'm sorry about the same bridge officer popping up. Clearly, upon their failure to shut down the reactor, it continued to burn, speeding up the passage of time for this entire planet. As raiders came, the Elri survived each assault and grew stronger from doing so, and salvaged the spoils of their victories until they were as they are now. The Elri have grown out of their naivete and advanced hundreds of years in only a matter of 6 months. Xenophobic, aggressive, and powerful. We cannot let this continue, Captain. If this device continues to speed up the passage of time for the Elri, in a matter of months, they'll be able to outmatch even our own firepower. Do you think the Elri know this? So let's have someone else read this next bridge officer.
I doubt it. The scientists may realize this is a source of the radiation that permeates their planet, but beyond keeping it secret, I doubt they know what it does or how to exploit its potential.
And this is another bridge officer.
Captain, I say don't. Clearly this device is speeding up the tectonic stresses of their area. It is only a matter of time before a cave-in disrupts the containment, and this entire planet goes up in one of these space-time explosions the Federation was so concerned about. We'll be able to stop the Elri as a force against the Empire by simply doing nothing.
And another one.
And that would,
Galactics, do you want to...
and that would be genocide. Not everyone on this rock would take up arms against the Empire. Honorable warriors slaughter their enemies, not entire worlds filled with innocent civilians and children. Clearly we must stop this device, Captain. Starfleet we're blocked off from it, but we are not.
And if I had a split kind of plot thing, I would have let you choose, but unfortunately you cannot.
Yeah, that seemed like the perfect place to put a choice
You
in
must-
there.
Oh, here we go. Have to go up here to disrupt it. I wanted to kill it.
Oh, the radiation.
Shoot it.
I wanted to shoot it
Go
too, but I couldn't figure out a way to make you shoot it.
That did it. The Starfleet Doomsday Machine is finished. Okay, this must be a different person.
Yes.
Yes.
Look at
This is someone
From the side.
from your ship.
from ship. Yeah. Captain, this is your ship. Readings indicate that the chronoton radiation is dissipating. With the speed of temporal flow coming back into sync, I can acquire a lock on your transportal signal from this distance. Beam us up.
So that was pretty easy to turn off.
Yeah.
It was. It was kind of anticlimactic in that way, wasn't it? Foundry limitations.
Mm-hmm. But that just leaves the question I always ask is, why don't they turn it back on again?
Ah, why don't they turn it back on again? And that will be a leading plot point in the second episode that is under construction right now.
Well, I have actually thinking about things plot-wise. Shock.
Wow.
No, actually, never.
Yeah.
I just do it as I go. No, what have you done? The mist! What have you done with the mist?
It is none of your concern or repaired one half of the mistake. I always choose the one half of the mistake.
Whatever it was, you will pay for it dearly.
Oh yeah?
More drones.
Please, I look behind. Actually, this is going to be more drones than we've ever fought before. This will probably slaughter us. It's going to be epic. And you're going to die immediately because you just dove right into it, didn't you?
Yep, that's what I do. Some stupid drones have tractor beam. I'm not prepared for tractor beam.
No one's died yet, have they?
No.
Awesome. We're doing good then.
I've decided I don't think I like transphasics anymore.
I never really did like transphasic torpedoes.
I think my main character has all transphasic stuff, but that was because we were doing the Breen series at the time, and I thought that might help with the cluster torpedo.
Oh. I gave Poison Fox a little health there and went boom.
Give yourself any.
I actually gave myself some too. I just didn't. I was not paying attention to it.
Well, we're actually not doing too bad at the moment, I don't think.
No, we're doing well. This is a true battle, though, worthy of Klingon warrior.
Captain PFDennis will be able to confirm, but I've just finished my first Klingon mission too, and it's got some epic battles in that.
Awesome. By the way, if you play this mission by yourself, it's not quite as long.
Or hard.
Or hard, yeah.
That's the thing I like about these missions, the way they've designed the Foundry, about how they scale up. Because most missions don't do that.
Well, these are scaling up pretty hardcore, too. I find Foundry missions scale up much harder than real missions do. It's my experience.
There you go, boom, I'm dead. The problem I have with this character is I don't have any hull heal buffs, for some reason.
I am not spec'd. Quit your complaining.
Yeah, you have no skill for it at all.
I have 0 points in everything.
Oh, we've got the last two drones, or the last two drones of the respective groups. Whoa. Of all the chance to happen.
Engine battery.
Only 2 battleships?
I blew up again.
I'm the only one that survived that, wow.
I think battleships spawned on top of me.
Oh, I forgot about the battleship entirely. I made this mission.
Fail have.
I made it a long time ago, okay?
Still, I can say fail have.
Whatever.
It's my prerogative as a show host.
Gonna track the crap out of this dude.
I'm broadsiding him, as cruisers should do.
My science ship does the same. I like the arrays better than I do the banks.
I prefer being a torpedo boat in science.
Really? Just putting torpedoes on the whole thing? Just going boom?
Well, I mean, I do have one beam aft and forward.
Yeah.
I can never decide. I've got a torpedo, a beam, and a turret on the front, I think.
Poison got a shield drop, so she
Very
actually
nice.
can
Put on
have
a shield.
shield now.
Wow.
But she can't equip him because we're in battle, and I believe this is the last battle of the mission. So, what an opportune time. How can we not drain the shield from this guy?
He is awesome. He's the
Oh, he's the dreadnought. No wonder. You've labelled the battleship a dreadnought. As
Well.
dreadnought a battleship.
You know. You want me to change the dreadnought?
There we go. Killed it.
Took me out as well. For some reason it kept aggroing me.
You idiots! You think you can just walk in here and do what you want and destroy what you will with no repercussions? I always like to pick, we just did! But I think he goes, never! We will fight you, all of you, with our dying breath to keep you away from our world. And then my closing statement is, then you will lose. And then the mission ends, and then you review it, and you say, that was 5 stars. Very good.
Yes, I actually haven't reviewed it the other previous 2 times I played it, so I should, I guess. There we go.
So there you go.
Just
so that
a
mission
basic
was
star review.
I made that mission. First mission I made was, or at least officially, was to Helm and back, and I was going to make a second one. I was going to port over Rima Donna, and I went looking through the top rated on the Klingon side, and saw that the top rated was a mission that wasn't very well. I'm not sure. Actually, technically, the top rated was Crouching Tiger Core Hidden Demon, which everyone knew should be because everyone had played it a million times. But the ones below it were not nothing anything special. And I kind of realized, wait, no one's making missions for Klingons in the Foundry. And I thought, how quickly can I make a really legit Klingon mission that feels like you're doing something Starfleet would never do, but also feels like it's taking the Klingon side of the argument versus Starfleet's. You're not going to play a villain. You're going to play some badass who happen to be in the right from their perspective. And I just thought about it for a little bit and threw together this in 3 days. And here it's been. Sitting here waiting for you to play it.
Yes.
Who fires at Klingon. How dare you guys? Not you guys, I mean you guys as in the listeners of the show that don't play my mission on the Klingon side.
Well, I've played it several times before, I think, and it has been here for a while, and it's like one of the only Klingon missions I play because there aren't very many Foundry missions on the Klingon side. I haven't actually made any myself because I don't know why.
I've seen there's a lot of arcs, but my problem is I never like to play an arc because I hate to be continued. I like if you're gonna do a multi-part mission, I really feel like you ought to have like a mission that feels like it can be self-contained into a degree, that you don't have to necessarily play part 1 to get part 2. If you do, I mean it's better, but you don't have to. And so that's what I'm trying to do with my own part 2 on Time the Enemy, which I think will be called Time the Ally.
Interesting. I thought it was called something else.
Time the Mirror was the tentative title, and I've changed the Time the Ally. Kind of a nod to My Enemy, My Ally, and the Romulan Way books.
So Captain PFDennis has suggested General Rebellion.
I played that one.
Yes. Have we played it on here, Galactrix?
No, we haven't played that before.
I've played it, but mustn't have played it on here.
So it sounds like a good candidate for another Klingon-themed week coming up in the future.
So hopefully next week Grimsey's Espionage will be back online, back up in the Foundry. It wasn't, so we couldn't play it this week.
Yeah.
So we brought Hav's mission back a bit early.
Been planning to play that espionage mission for a couple of weeks now.
It's good. I played it. I recommend it. But thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure having you.
Hopefully now you won't be quite so harsh on us in podcast UGC now.
No, I'll just be mean. Okay.
Yes.
All right, guys. I'll see you around.
See you around.
Thanks for having
me. And
bye.
I'd like to thank Poison Fox for joining us as well. Thanks for being on our team. And that was episode 13 of Broadcast UGC. You can contact us on Twitter at Broadcast UGC, or you can email us mission suggestions at broadcastugc@starbasegc.com. you can visit our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/StarbaseUGC, and we'll see you again next week, hopefully with Espionage by On the Bard. So that's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Bazag.
See you next week.